What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome to the penultimate mission for Sniper Elite 5, played on authentic 100% Ghost as much as possible. This is called Rubble and Ruin. I did a live stream showing you guys how I made a video on this. However, this is the actual recording of it, so it is different than that. I have to use a few different strategies on this. We're going to use the same route as we did in the live stream. However, things are a little bit different since there are enemies in different places because authentic adds quite a few enemies to the levels, so it makes it a little bit more tougher. But other than that, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through this level and only take out the officer that we have to, and take out, I guess, 42 people because that's mandatory. So let's go. And sorry about that. It messed up the recording there.
Entire time. The research site is out of action, but it's not enough. Operation Kraken is mobilizing. A fleet of stealth U-boats, armed with a deadly payload of V-2 rockets, and carrying an elite force of Auslan spies. They're preparing to launch from Saint-Nazaire. Their target, America. New York, Boston, and Washington will be sitting ducks. Marie drove through the night to get me into the city limits in time. While I head into the thick of it, she's making for the Allied lines to warn command, and hopefully bring in Sullivan and his Rangers as backup. Saint-Nazaire is a bombed-out ruin of what it used to be, but the U-boat pens still stand. They've proven impregnable to Allied airstrikes. It's down to me to get into those pens and stop Operation Kraken before it launches. If I fail, America could fall to the Nazis.
Unser Sieg ist zum Greifen nahe. Wie die mystische Bestie aus den Legenden wird sich meine Krake aus dem Ozean erheben und Zerstörung auf die verachteten Amerikaner herabregnen lassen. Ihre großen Städte, Boston, New York, Washington, werden der Macht der Krake zum Opfer fallen. Was wir heute tun, wird nie in Vergessenheit geraten. Wir wenden das Blatt zu unseren Gunsten und verschaffen dem Reich den totalen Sieg über alle, die es wagen, sich gegen uns zu stellen. Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler!
Alright, so I do apologize if some of the audio seems a little off, as my computer had a little bit of a hiccup when I pressed the record button, and it made the audio about 2 seconds off, so I had to rework the audio to match back up. So I'm sorry if something seems a little off. I did the best to match it up as much as I could. But we're going to be doing the same route. We're going to be heading to the left here, and then underneath this little chimney place, or whatever you want to call that. And then head around and then up the ladder. So if you have watched my making a walkthrough version of this level, then you will notice that this first couple of sections are exactly the same. No differences. Even though there are significantly more enemies, you can still get around. However, once we get up to where the doves are, that's where things are going to completely change a little bit. Mostly due to the fact that on this difficulty, the doves make it almost impossible to be able to get around. You have to kind of mess with them in order to be able to do so.
The Nazis won't let us anywhere near it. A bomb's exposed the sewers to the outside. That's your way in. The entrance is in the park.
Sewers, huh? Messy work, but someone's got to do it.
This here will be exactly the same. We're going to go ahead and slide down. Do not stop. We're going to go ahead and continually move. However, when you see me start to go prone, that's when you want to go prone. There is a sniper looking from the left, and if you are sitting up like this too long, he will see you. Try to get over here as quickly as you can, and then go prone. Should give you just enough time to bypass him, and then you're going to make your way to the right alleyway here. Once you're past this, you're going to have a few guards up here. Wait until they start to move. Then you're going to slowly move up and then head to the left. And this should allow you to be able to get by them.
Wir sind hier leichte Ziele. Wir müssen die Vorräte in den Bunker bringen. Ich will nicht den ganzen Tag hier sein.
Once they're not looking, go up here and get into a crawling position. This will allow you not to have to worry about them too much as you go on. Essentially, keep heading to the left here. Watch out for this guy. As you can see, he would be able to see you if you move a little too quick. So as soon as you think the coast is clear and he's not looking, move your way to the left and then head down this little area. Every time you see me do a little crouch, it's because one time or another the guard kind of sees you there, so you need to do a little crouch there just to kind of interrupt the moment of him seeing you a little bit so that you don't go full aggro. So I actually don't recommend going this way, and the reason I say this is because this took quite a few times, more so than the Xbox version that you saw on making a walkthrough, because on this difficulty they add a few extra things that just kind of make it a little tougher. So as soon as you're here, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and get these doves kind of attracted. That's going to make this guy automatically. There's no way to go to the left without disrupting those doves. You can't go slow enough to not disrupt them, as they're just automatic. The moment you get close to them, that's it. There's a sniper looking right at us right now, which is why we can't move from this location. I know it's hard to see him, but he's up on that second floor there. There is a way to go behind and then to the right. However, there's a sniper and then 2 guards, and that makes it even more tough. I don't do it, even though you can go back into that room right there. Just wait for him, because once he goes back, then it creates an opportunity for you to kind of follow him, and no one else will be able to see you, and then that's going to be your best route. Obviously, there is a whole other section of this level to the right side that we could go, where that truck is over there. I haven't tried that route, so possibly that could be a better one, but there's a bunch of snipers on the right here, so I imagine trying to figure out a new route will obviously take time. So we're going to stick to this. To the left, there's another sniper there. You can't see him because he's in the thing up there, and as long as you stick to this path, then you should be good to go. And again, you have the sniper across on the roof there, and then these 2 guards here. Once this guy gets in a position, go ahead and go. You're free. He will not see you. There's 2 guards up ahead. Those guards will eventually split. Make yourself to the right if you want to get through this a little faster. Hang out over here. As soon as they split, then you're free to move forward and then up this kind of walkway into the house. A little bit different of a route than I did before, as I went on the left side and waited for him to go by me. This one just allows you to be a little quicker. And we're going to head up into this house here, and then we are going to zip line across, but we need to jump up to the other side. The zip line across is very, very tough, as there's a lot of things looking at you in this direction, and I'll explain everything in a bit.
Building's right next to the sub pens. Nazis are crawling over it. Might find something useful in here.
If you want, you can grab that box, but there's nothing in there, a stealthy strain it needs. You can grab this here so you can say that you got one of the workbenches. Now, what we're going to be doing is waiting here a little while, because the guards are going to do different things. They never do the same thing. So sometimes this guard that you see will immediately stop when he gets to this point, and then he'll start moving down. That's when you can go ahead and go. But if he doesn't do that, if you get one of the worst ones, he's going to stay here a while. So if this is the one you get, you need to just wait. You'll see that there's an officer heading up the stairs right now, and he's going to head exactly to where we're going, so we can't move yet. Now, you'll be able to beat this officer if the guy would have moved down already, but he does 2 different things there. He either gets to that point and stays, or he gets to that point and then continues and moves down, and then you can zipline. Now, the second thing about this is, immediately, if he goes down at the beginning, go. Because everything is set up perfectly, you can get in there. But if he doesn't, it makes it significantly tougher, so maybe just have a save and then restart it until he does it. Maybe that'll be easier for you, but I don't like to do that. I like to figure out both ways so that whatever happens during it is genuine and it feels real. So you see the tank down there, right? He's looking straight at the building. So if we were to zip line at this point, that tank would see us automatically, no stealth. I mean, everything is ruined. So you need to wait until, at this point, you need to wait until the tank is looking down in our direction, because then he can't see above, and then you're able to go. So once the tank is actually starting to kind of move where he's looking, then we can go, and then we should be okay. We need to make sure that we hurry up and get over here before anything else. As soon as you get in here, this guy's always going to be there. He doesn't move until you get into here. But what you can do is you can get behind him, as you'll have a little bit of time if you've taken this long to get into this room. If you haven't taken this long and you were able to get into this room a lot sooner, he's already going to be moving about 5 seconds into you entering the room. So therefore you don't have enough time. You're going to have to hide behind one of the couches, and you're going to have to do one of those classic moves of kind of just doing like a circle thing around the couch. It's a little tougher to do, obviously, but it can be done. But this way is a little easier, because if you come into the room later, you have more time. If you come into the room sooner, you have less time. I hope that makes sense. So once we get over here, there's going to be an officer in this area. If you've done it the second portion, meaning that it took you a while to get into here, he's going to be there. If you didn't and you got in super fast, if you remember, he was on the outside still waiting to come in. So you also have to remember that he's going to be coming back through exactly where we went. So you do want to be quick so that he don't see you when he comes back through the room. So make sure you grab the key there. You're going to need it because we don't have any satchel charges. He won't see you here, so don't worry. Just keep going up. Now, the thing about this one is it's really hard to understand where this guy's going to do. What he's going to do, the one in the back, he's going to go to the right, back down, he'll wait a little bit and go back. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this door, but don't go in. You have to not go in because the guy will automatically see you if you go in. Otherwise, you're just going to want to sit here and kind of wait. So you want to angle yourself so you can see the officer that you need to take out. And then angle yourself too as well so you can see this guy, because he's going to be moving back. But even though it doesn't make a lot of sense that this type of cover would keep us safe, in this game, I guess the guards cannot see through this type of cover, so he will not see you. But then again, he doesn't really look in this direction, so maybe he would if he did look, but he doesn't, so we're good to go. Now, essentially what you're going to want to do is you're just going to continually wait here until the guy in white moves. That is your target. Once he moves, then you can enter the room and start preparing yourself. So he's going to do a few different things. He's going to sit against one of the windows, and then he's going to come up to where kind of he is right now. You want to wait until he comes up to where he is right now again, so it's going to take a little time. The reason you want to wait is because it's going to give the perfect timing for you to be able to knock him, or not knock him out, but completely take him out while having enough time to pick up the body. Now, I make a mistake here because I don't make a mistake. It just takes me a little bit longer. Because essentially what I wanted to do was, in my making a walkthrough version, it said that there were 2 bodies discovered. And I was wanting just to find out if it was this body that got discovered, and it ends up that it's automatic. There's nothing I can do about the 2 bodies that get discovered, because obviously the only guy we actually take out in this mission is this guy. But everyone else gets taken out because of the actions that we do when doing the main objective. That's something you cannot get by. So what that means is everything you see on the end when it says, 40-some people are done and 2 bodies discovered, those 2 bodies essentially are 2 out of the 42. So this guy will not be seen if you leave him in this other room. But I didn't know this at the time because I was testing stuff, so I said, you know what? I'm going to take him and I'm going to hide him in a proper bin just to see if that was the case. So what I'm going to do essentially now is say, okay, maybe I should do this. I shouldn't leave him here because maybe he's one of the 2, but I tell you right now, you can leave him right here and you're 100% fine. No one is going to find his body. But me, you know me, I'm a ghost, I'm a stealth guy. I like adding the challenge, I like hiding the bodies if I have the chance, so we're going to do that. So we're going to take his body, but now you need to be careful because you got to go through another 4 or 5 enemies to get to the bin where we need to take him. And so that bin is going to be down the stairs and in the back of them and right across from where we picked up the key to get into this area. So essentially, you most likely can go now, but I'm just going to wait to be safe because I haven't saved in a good 15 minutes. So I don't want to make any mistakes here. Obviously, once You know, the challenge is to always try to go as long as you can without saving, because that's the real big challenge of these missions and these games. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but this is one of those instances I didn't know where the guy was going to be. Was it going to be on the right or was it going to be there? It ended up he's there. The officer guy you'll see is actually down below, so he's good there. And then we can make our way to the right, put him in the thing, and then go immediately back in the room and then head to the next section. Alright, so now we're here. Essentially, we're going to stick to the left side. This is a route that I found better because there is a tank that you have to worry about. Now, you can go ahead and go down that little area right there. I actually recommend you do that. I did not. For whatever reason, I thought it was water and you couldn't go down there. But as you can see, this truck is going by. And then I realized, okay, you can actually go down this little area here. So wait here for the truck to go by. Stick as much to the left as you can. Now, you do have to remember that there is a tank on the right and about 4 guards that kind of patrol the area to the right. The tank can see you very, very easily. So when you see me get down, it's specifically because you want to make sure that you're giving the tank less of a chance to find you. Just try to keep an eye out on where its weapon is pointed, and then you'll have a better understanding of... It's always the weapon. So just because the tank is straight ahead at you doesn't mean the tank sees you. The tank will only see you when its weapon is facing towards you. So let that be an understanding of how you can get around the tank. So as soon as the tank's back a little bit, we can go ahead and move up. There are 2 guards just above us. One has the light that you see flashing, and then there is another sniper looking out in that area where the tank is and over in that side. So as long as we stick to this left here, then we're good to go. But I'm going to continually go down because that tank can see you, and you have no idea of knowing if it's seeing you or not. So always play it safe. Now, the thing about this side is that sometimes, as you'll see, you'll be in cover. Like here, you're in cover. Other times you won't be. You're going to notice the truck is going to come back through here, and you'll see that even though I stand right here, I'm not in cover because you don't see the white outline. So you need to make sure that you get back to where that white outline shows you so that you know that you're in stealth mode. Otherwise, you have no way of knowing, and they'll see you. If it doesn't show the white outline, then that's saying you're not hidden. So, I mean, save here, I was like, you know, I think it's time. We've been long enough to where let's get a save going on here. But essentially, we make it all the way through in this one run. So we haven't, essentially, we didn't have to use a save for over 15 minutes. So I'm really proud of that, especially on this difficulty. As you'll see, it can be a nightmare. So as you're going across here, just be careful. Pay attention to where you see the guards and where you see that tank. It's not looking in our direction, so we're good. This is the only location that you can jump across, and it just so happens that when we do, we have the 2 guards looking in opposite directions.
There's no point coming back out until that fleet's destroyed.
Go ahead and make your way to the bottom area, and then we're going to move on to the second part of this level.
I'm in. Just past these sewers is cracking. It's now or never. Gotta finish this. Map of the facility. Looks like the Kraken's pen's under lockdown. Going to have to get creative. Facility's got multiple pens. They're all being used for Kraken, but the final pen's locked up tight. If I start to take this place apart, the final area will open up.
Alright, so essentially what you saw before was really nothing. You didn't need to go into those rooms if you're just playing the way that I am. However, they do have some extra things in there if you picked up some satchel charges and stuff, but we didn't, so therefore we're not going to. This route is going to be the best route to get to your objectives. Throw a bottle to distract this guy. Once done, you should have enough room to skirt by him. He'll be distracted enough. Watch out for that cover, because you get stuck to it a little bit, and it can kind of make it hard to move, especially when you're on mouse and keyboard. Everything should be clear for you to go up these stairs. And that's what you're going to want to do, because the sabotage of the things that blow it up, that's how you're going to be able to do it stealthy. Even though I wouldn't consider it stealthy. What I think I would have preferred to have been done would have been that you could kind of set it up, maybe set charges against it, and then when you finally get to the final area, then you blow them up, and then you're ready to escape. Because I felt like this way is less stealthy, but this is technically the stealthiest way that you could do it in this game. This allows us not to go down there at all. We don't have to touch any of them, and then we can do it all from here. However, there's going to be more guards on alert, so you got to be careful still. I'm actually not sure what makes it blow up. Just the fact that you turn the power off. Maybe you turned the power off to something that was hanging over top and then it dropped on it and then it made it explode. I guess that's the situation that happened. But essentially you're going to do this for the first two. However, you cannot do it for the third. It will not work. You have to shoot the valve. But I'm going to show you how you can shoot the valve from a very secure area. Now, this guard you got to worry about. The one that's all the way down on the third one. So what I did in my making a thing is I waited for him to go to the left so we can scoot by him. But you don't even need to do that if you're smart enough. So here we can go ahead and do it no matter where he is. As long as he's not looking in this direction, just you should be okay. Go ahead and get here, set it up, take it out, and go ahead and continually move. He's far enough away that he won't actually notice any of this. But once he gets close, then he will. So as long as he's further away, he won't come into this area. So that's why if you do it now, you're better off. So what you want to do is go to the right.
Munitions in that cart.
And now we're going to take out the third.
Looks like an
so in order to take out the third, there's going to be this little valve that you need to shoot. You can do so with your pistol. And as long as you're far enough away from this guy. See, this guy will not move from this area anymore. Normally he would come towards us and then head to the right, but he's not going to do that anymore because we already took out the other one, so he scripts differently. So we can go ahead and shoot the valve from here. And there you go. This is going to open the doors, and then we can move on to our final objectives. So he's going to stay here for a very, very long time looking down. There are times where he will look up and see you. It's kind of a, you got to just play it by ear. As you can see, he's looking to the right, so this is when you can go. But sometimes he'll look back to the left, and then you can't go. So it can be a little tricky. But he should not be able to see you from this point. Just stay to that left there, and then you should be able to move on into the next area.
So this is why the Japanese are involved. Kraken's flagships are stealth-plated I-400s. Gonna have to get creative. Sabotaging the fuel lines will take this whole place down in one hit.
Alright, essentially we're going to jump down, and then we're going to head back into the first boat, and then we're going to turn the valve to set the fuel breaker, I guess, or whatever they want to call it. You need to set these up so you can actually take them out later on. So, essentially there's two of them. There's two ships here that you need to do. First one's going to be on this ship back here, and then the second one's going to be on the next one, and they're in the exact locations on the ships. And you should be able to get over here without anybody seeing you, as there's not a lot of guards in this area. Or should I say, not a lot of guards where I'm currently at.
One crew line down. Not done yet. Gotta take care of both of them.
Head over and do the second one, and then we're going to try to sneak around into that main engine room, and we're going to blow up the fuel tanks on both. Then we can start to make our escape. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all are enjoying. It's been my pleasure to bring the walkthrough to you, nice and stealthy, as much ghost as possible. So make sure you leave a thumbs up. Really helps the channel out, and comment below. Are you enjoying the walkthrough? Is there anything that I could do to make this walkthrough better? Let me know in the comments, and I really appreciate it. So essentially, we're going to sneak our way over into the main area, and then once we're inside, we're going to flip the 2 switches, and then flip the main switch and have them blow up. Then we need to get out of here, head to a sniper point, and we're going to have to take the thing out all together. That is when you'll automatically pretty much take everyone out in this room. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some stealth.
Everything's set to blow. Call in reinforcements. Time to get clear of the blast and watch the fireworks.
Finden Sie ihn! Rein da! Warum haben Sie ihn noch nicht getötet? Sie schaffen es nicht mal, einen einzelnen Scharfschuss zu erledigen?
All right, so now we're pretty much in the clear. There is one sniper you got to worry about. You're never going to see him because we're not going to show. I'm not going to show where he is, but he's on the right side, and he will be able to see you if you don't do exactly what I do. Once you get out here, don't go to the left. Go to the right side, and then get down. Come at this angle here. Now, we're going to make a beeline to the left of the train. There is a sniper over there. You cannot see him from here unless you use your binoculars. And then once you go into this section here, get down when you have this much cover. He will be able to see you. And then just kind of rinse and repeat until you make your way into the building, and then we have one final shot. Now remember, this is on authentic, so we have nothing, no indicators that tell us exactly where to shoot. We have to base it off of windage, and you can read that when you're in your sniper rifle. It tells you at the top the aiming, the windage that's going on, and then you have to aim up based off of how far it is. It's over 200 meters. So you have to account for, you know, bullet drop and wind.
Right.
This is realistic shooting as opposed to having the icon show up. You got to watch out as well, because sometimes, even though you might get the kill cam, you'll actually kill the guy in front because his head is like right where the bullet's going to go, and you're going to see it's going to go right above his head. One time I did this, it actually hit him instead, so you got to be a little careful.
Disconnecting the
Here we go.
lines, panicking and launching what's left of Kraken. Gotta make this next shot count.
For this shot, you want to aim a little bit up and to the left and set your meter, and then you should be good.
Thank God you got there in time. I still don't know how you managed it. How many Nazi super weapons have you kiboshed now?
That's classified information.
You're no fun anymore.
Yeah, I got family in Washington. You saved their lives today.
Couldn't have done it without you and your men, Lieutenant.
Well, I was just following orders, Fairburn. I don't know if you're laconic or stoic or just downright odd. But I'm glad you're on our team.
Kraken's at the bottom of the ocean where it belongs.
But Mahler didn't go down with his ship. He's probably halfway to Berlin by now.
Well now, funny you should mention that. Turns out Marie has heard from our contact at the chateau that they're packing up to leave. And Mahler is there.
Can I give you a lift?
Fairburn has managed to succeed where bombing runs failed. The Nazi collaboration with the Japanese to assault America has been stopped in its tracks. However, Abelard Moeller remains at large.
Verdammter Scharfschütze! Jahrelange Arbeit in Flammen aufgegangen. Ich bin erledigt. Dieser Wurmvogel ist auf sich allein gestellt. Soldat, alles in die LKW laden. Ich habe Freunde an Orten, an denen mich nicht mal der Führer findet. Der Krieg wird für mich nicht mit einer Schlinge um den Hals enden.
Congrats, ladies and gents. The penultimate mission in the main story is done. The kill list and the mission complete. Let's check out our stats. I've never been able to get a better stat than this. The main thing is 2 bodies discovered. That's part of the 42 people because we only took out 1 person. So the other thing is we shot the thing, and there's nothing you can do after that mission. You have to shoot it from there. So the fact is we got 0 alarms, and we were as stealthy as I think the mission will allow you to be. Other than that, how did you do? What was your detection score? Mine was 4. Very hard to get a low detection score on that mission since so many enemies can see you in so many different sniper positions. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the final mission. Peace out. Bitches.